have Jalen Rose, founder of the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy in Detroit, where today he is getting honored by the National Alliance for Public Charter Schools at the second annual Charter School Leadership Awards with the inaugural Trailblazer Award. First off, Jalen, how do you feel getting that honor?
I'm nervous. Y'all got me sweating. Look at this. I'm nervous. I don't get awards for this type of activity, but in all honesty, I'm humbled. I appreciate the opportunity to continue to spread awareness about JRLA. There's so many people beside myself that have made sacrifices for the school to be successful, have an amazing founding team, board members, staff in the building, and ultimately it boils down to the parents, the guardians, and the students who have done terrific work since we were founded in 2011.
And since 2011, you've had a lot of accolades from your basketball career to now with ESPN. Where does JRLA stand with your other accolades?
JRLA is number one because anytime you're able to influence young people academically, I think that puts them in a position to change the trajectory of not only their lives but of their family. I have so many students that are in position to be the first in their family to graduate from high school or the first to go to college or graduate from college. And there's so many young aspiring dreams that are happening so very constantly in the 9 through 16 model. So to just be in a position to influence in a positive way has really been amazing.
And one of the special things tonight, you have CJ here from your school. He's a senior and he plans to go to Howard in the future for business school. Very exciting. What does it feel to have CJ, who's matriculated through your program, about to graduate from your very school?
He's winning in life. And the great thing about our scholars is so many times inner city students only get graded by their GPA. And there's much more to being successful in life than that piece of paper that says whatever you averaged in your class. And his life skills, his maturity, his discipline, his ability to put himself in position to chase his goals has really made so many people proud. His dad is here with him today. He got a fresh haircut. His waves are spinning. Like, he's ready for D.C. So y'all take care of my family when he comes here to go to school.
And let me ask you, so we're living in a new era of athlete activism. You decided to open a school. Now, of course, LeBron James has his I Promise school. Why start a school, and why in Detroit? And what message do you have to athletes out there that hope to make a difference in their communities?
I'm happy and proud of LeBron for taking the movement mainstream. When you're somebody like him that's a superstar, one of the most famous people in the world, a lot of times that level of enthusiasm creates a trickle-down effect for people like me that never made an all-star team, that never won a championship, that encourages so many people that they can also do it. And so to have the success that we have in the 9 through 16 model, right now we're influencing over 700 students. And 100% of our graduates matriculate to college, community college, military, or trade school. So I'm really proud of our outcomes, and we're going to continue to be game changers in education.
And last but not least, explain your famous slogan, enter a learner, exit a leader. Why is that so important to JRLA?
It's so very important to JRLA because it's a beginning and an ending. And whether it's in television, whether it's an album, whether it's in sports, you want to have some sort of introduction, some sort of middle, and finality. And uniquely, we're a 9 through 16 model. Most people that's going to see this interview, remember when you graduated from high school. Your high school was like, bye. Threw your hat in the air, bye. They weren't supporting you in college. They wasn't sending staff. They weren't giving you scholarship dollars. You were on your own along with your family. So for us to be able to continue to support our students to the point where now we have college graduates and we have so many people that are doing well, it continues to give me the encouragement to continue to work really hard to try to influence so many young people.
And last but not least, Jalen, how do you hope your school kind of changes the identity of Detroit as it continues to grow back as a city?
I hope it changed the identity of Detroit because usually when somebody asks me about my hometown, it's something negative or violent. Have you ever seen somebody get shot? Or what's going on with the water? Or those type of conversations. And those are all really valid. And it is head scratching and crazy that Flint is dealing with that crisis like a third world country. It puts a sense of pride in our city. You get a chance to see so many times, Detroit is on the comeback. Look at all of these major people that are invested in the city. But sometimes that's downtown or for their business. So if for this to happen on the northwest side of the city has really been a game changer, and I really appreciate everyone's belief in me as a leader to believe that I was going to be able to deliver what I promised.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jalen.
Thank you.
Conclusion of the second annual Charter School Leadership Awards with our Master of Ceremonies, Joe Gorham, who just recently retired from WHUR 96.3 FM. First off, great job on the night. How did it feel to really host this great event?
You know what? I'm really, as a DC public school student, I'm really proud that charter schools challenge public schools to do their job. And it seems to me after tonight, a lot of the students that go to charter schools do far better than public school students.
Yeah, I mean, we had a student here tonight from JRLA, the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy, CJ, who will be attending Howard, none other, here in Washington, D.C. to get his MBA. So just tell me, why do you think charter schools are such an important part of our Washington, D.C. community?
Well, because students need a choice. From what I understand and what I've seen firsthand at certain points in time, public schools are not doing their jobs. So there has to be a place for an alternative place for students to go, and parents to know that their children are going to be educated and safe.
And last but not least, for those out there who are just frustrated, Joe, with their public education system, what words of inspiration would you give to them?
Oh my God. See, chartered school people have a certain chip on their shoulders, and I don't know, just become a part and support. That's the best thing I can say. Perfect. Support charter schools and you know, send your child to one. If they're not doing good in public schools, you have a choice.
Joe, thank you so much for joining me again. Joe Gorham, just recently retired from WHUR, but still a true radio legend. Thanks so much for joining me. Stay tuned for more. Until next year, I'm Kelsey Nicole Nelson.